This is the book of Genesis, chapter 22 and verse 1. And it came to pass after these things, that Yahweh did tempt Abraham, and said unto him, Abraham. And he said, Behold, here am I. And he said, Take now thy son, thine only son Isaac, whom thou lovest, and get thee into the land of Moriah, and offer him there for a burnt offering unto one of the mountains which I will tell thee of. And Abraham rose up early in the morning, and saddled his ass, and took 2 of his young men with him, and Isaac his son, and clave the wood for the burnt offering, and rose up, and went unto the place of which Yahweh had told him. All right. Shalom. Shalom, Yesharala. Before I begin, I would like to start off by giving all praises, honor, and all glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Kakurash. All right, I want to give double honor to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. All right. Peace and salutations unto the elect. All right. Now, before I begin this video, I want to say Salakia for any audio issues that may have occurred or that may occur. All right. So I don't have my AirPods, which usually help my audio stay in a consistent volume. But right now I don't have them. So I'm recording off the mic on my phone. So once again, I want to say Salakia for that. But onward with the lesson. All right, so today's lesson is going to be entitled, Move Like Our Righteous Ancestors. All right. Now, the reason I titled that video for this lesson is because we had to move like how our righteous ancestors moved. All right. Those prophets of old. Okay, those men of the Lord of old. Okay, they move a certain way. They moved a certain way. All right, so right now, what inspired me to make this video was, I was reading the book of Genesis, and I got to chapter 22, and this is a story that I'm about to read to you, Akim. Okay, so this is the book of Genesis 22 and verse 1. And it came to pass after these things that Yahweh did tempt Abraham, and said unto him, Abraham. And he said, Behold, here am I. Okay, and it says in verse 2, he said, Take now thy son, thine only son Isaac, whom thou lovest, and get thee into the land of Moriah, and offer him there for a burnt offering upon one of the mountains which I will tell thee of. Okay, so pretty much the Lord Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai told Abraham to take his only son, the only son he had, and to offer him as a burnt offering. All right, meaning to kill your son. Okay, I offer him as a burnt offering. Okay, so Abraham was no questions asked. Look, verse 3, and Abraham rose up early in the morning and saddled his ass and took 2 of his young men with him and Isaac his son, and clave the wood for the burnt offering, and rose up and went unto the place of which Yahweh had told him. All right, so Abraham, no questions asked. He didn't say, well, why, Lord? Why? Or come on, Lord, don't make me sacrifice my son. Abraham, no questions asked, got up, early in the morning, and he went to go do what the Lord told him to. All right. That's the same spirit we should be carrying when we're in this thing, man. Okay, because we have to move in a certain way that, we put the Lord above anything, man. Okay? We put the Lord above anything. All right? That being above women. All right? If your woman want to break up with you, or if your woman want to cut things off with you, and you're not going to be like, Oh, well, no. Well, I'll stop reading the Bible. No, man. If you're a true man of the Lord, hey, to hell with you, lady. Hey, get the fuck up out. Get the fuck up out of here. I'm gonna do my work of the Lord. you know. And that doesn't just apply to this. Okay, we sacrifice many things, man. Many friendships, many relationships. With your mother, with your family. All right, these are all trials, man. Okay, these are all trials. Now let me get this real quick. Okay, and really, I'm just going through the Spirit. These precepts are coming through the Spirit, because really, all I wanted to do was read this this story. But hey, the Spirit of the Lord will work. Okay, the Spirit of the Lord will work. All right, now let me get. Okay. All right. Roughly paraphrasing. Let me get this right here. This is the book of Mark. All right. Chapter 10. Let me start at verse. Let me start at verse 25. It is easier for a camel to go through the eye of a needle than for a rich man to enter into the kingdom of Yahweh. All right. That being Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai's kingdom. Okay, so it is easier for a camel to go through the eye of a needle. All right, you know that little eye of the needle? It's like, the little eye of the needle? Okay, when you're kneading, or when you're making something, or when your lady making something, she got that little needle, or that little needle thingy. All right, and that little hook on the needle. Okay, that small ass little hook. Scriptures is saying that it is easier for a whole camel to go inside that little hook, which is impossible, than a rich man to go into the kingdom. And why is that so? All right, because the Lord understood and understands that, guess what? When you're in this thing, you sacrifice everything, man. Okay, you sacrifice everything. Okay, now it says, verse 26, and they were astonished out of measure, saying among themselves, who then can be saved? All right, so they're asking, the disciples are asking, well, if a rich man can't be saved, then who's going to be saved? All right, verse 27, and Yahweh Shai looked up, them saith, with men it is impossible, but not with Yahweh. For with Yahweh all things are possible. Right, man. So of your own selves is it not possible, man. Okay, we're not even doing this of our own selves. It's all through the Spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. That's why brothers, the elders and apostles, that's why they don't take any credit. Okay, every single time we say all praises unto Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, as it should be. All right, because the Lord gave us the Spirit to do these lessons, man. All right, it says, then Peter begat to say unto him, lo, we have left all and have followed thee. Verse 29, and Yahushua answered and said, verily I say unto you, there is no man that hath left house, or brethren, or sisters, or father, or mother, or wife, or children, or lands for my name's sakes and the gospel's, but he shall receive an 100-fold now is this time houses and brethren and sisters and mothers and children and land with persecutions, and in the world to come eternal life. All right. So if you forsake all that, all right, you forsake your family, all right, your parents don't look at you the same no more. All right, hey, some brothers lost their ladies to be in this ministry, man. All right. You have no lady. Hey, you sacrificed your time. All right. How many times you brothers wanted to rest but realized that you had to make a video for the Lord, man? Hey, and you do it cheerfully, man. Hey, it ain't no a hassle. Okay, we love doing this. Okay. But also with that comes the persecutions, which obviously nobody loves persecution. All right. But the Lord is saying, hey, if you sacrifice this whole thing, you sacrifice your old lifehood, all right, the lifehood of this world, because the Lord understands how easy it is to just go back and to just live life how you used to, man. It's easy to do that, right? It's easy to come into this ministry. The hard part, well, Salaki, let me not say that. Let me say, Yahweh Bashim Shai can choose you or call you into this thing, but it's a whole different story to stay in it. All right? To stay in the truth, to stay with the persecutions, to understand what's coming and to still be in it, calling on the name of Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai, man. Okay, so now let me go back to the book of Genesis. And it says, verse 4, Genesis 22:4, then on the third day, Abraham lifted up his eyes and saw the place afar off. And Abraham said unto his young men, abide ye here with the ass. All right, an ass is a donkey. And it says, and I and the lad will go yonder and worship and come again to you. And Abraham took the wood of the burnt offering, which is Isaac, and laid it upon Isaac his son. All right. It says, and he took the fire in his hand and the knife, and they went both of them together. And Isaac spake unto Abraham his father, and said, my father. And he said, here am my son. And he said, behold, the fire and the wood, but where is the lamb for a burnt offering? So Isaac is asking, hey, my father, you have this, you have this knife, and you have this fire, but what are we gonna sacrifice? All right. And Abraham said, my son, Yahweh will provide himself a lamb for a burnt offering. So they went both of them together. And they came to the place which Yahweh had told him of. And Abraham built an altar there and laid the wood in order, and bound his son Isaac, and laid him on the altar upon the wood. And Abraham stretched forth his hand and took the knife to slay his son. So Abraham was willing to slay his son. No questions asked, man. Okay. And the angel of the Lord, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, called unto him out of heaven and said, Abraham, Abraham. And he said, here am I. And he said, lay not thy hand upon the lad, neither do thou anything unto him. For now I know that thou fearest Yahweh Bashim Yahushai power, seeing that thou not withheld thy son, thine only son, from me. And Abraham lifted up his eyes and looked, and behold, behind him a ram caught in a thicket by his thorns. And Abraham went and took the ram and offered him up for a burnt offering in the stead of his son. All right. So an angel of the Lord came down upon Abraham and said, whoa. No need to do that no more. That was just a trial. All right. That was just a trial to see if you really feared the Lord, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. All right. So the Lord wanted to know, is he all talk? Is he all talk, or is he really about it? Is he really going to sacrifice things for me? All right. Obviously, the Lord already knew the answer. But, this is just something, that we have to understand, that the Lord is going to try us, man. Try our faith. All right. The Lord could have it so that you lose, like I said earlier, that you lose your woman. All right. And then the reason I'm mentioning that so much is because, hey, that woman doctrine, hey, it messes around with a lot of brothers, man. Okay, that woman, that lust spirit, brothers just go out there and wanna, you know, or dudes, dudes, they just go out and they want to have this woman and this woman, you know. Next thing you know, it's not even about the truth anymore. It's about the woman. All right, we have to move like our forefathers, man. All right, and Abraham is not the only account, man. Look at Job. All right, Job sacrificed, or Job had everything taken away from him, and he still fell on his knees and praised the Lord. Let me grab that. All right. All right. This is Job chapter 1. And let me read this whole chapter, and then, or not the whole chapter, but majority of it, or maybe the whole chapter. Who knows? How the Lord wants it. Job 1:1. There was a man in the land of Uz, whose name was Job, and that man was perfect and upright, and one that feared Yahweh and eschewed evil. And there were born unto him 7 sons and 3 daughters. His substance also was 7,000 sheep, and 3,000 camels, and 500 yoke of oxen, and 500 she-asses, and a very great household, and that this man was the greatest of all the men of the east. Okay. And his son went and feasted in their houses, every one his day, and sent and called for their 3 sisters to eat and to drink with them. Okay. It says, verse 5, and it was so, when the days of their feasting were gone about, that Job sent and sanctified them, and rose up early in the morning, and offered burnt offerings according to the number of them all. For Job said, it may be that my sons have sinned, and cursed Yahweh in their hearts. Thus did Job continually. All right. So Job was a great man. All right. He had a bunch of riches. Okay. And back then, having cattle, all right, having those ox, having those yoke of oxen, that was true. That was true wealth. All right. And he had a lot of houses as well. All right. So Job had it all, man. Job had a bunch of riches. Right. Job had a bunch of riches. Okay. So now let's get verse 6. Now there was a day when the sons of Yahweh came to present themselves before the Lord Yahweh B'Shem El Shai, and Satan came also among them. And the Lord Yahweh B'Shem El Shai said unto Satan, whence comest thou? Then Satan answered the Lord Yahweh B'Shem El Shai, and said, from going to and fro in the earth, and from walking up and down in it. All right, so this also proves that Satan works for the Lord. All right, it wasn't no fucking falling out. These fucking Catholic and Christians, saying that, the devil was once an angel and then got casted down because he was too perfect, or whatever the hell they said. All right, no, all right, Satan is still an angel on the left-hand side, man. All right, it says, then, so like in verse 8, and the Lord said unto Satan, hast thou considered my servant Job, that there is none like him in the earth, a perfect and upright man, one that feareth Yahweh, and escheweth evil? Then Satan answered the Lord and said, doth Job fear Yahweh for naught? Hast not thou made an hedge about him, and about his house, and about all that he hath on every side? Thou hast blessed the work of his hands, and his substance is increased in the land. But put forth thine hand now, and touch all that he hath, and he will curse thee to thy face. All right, so Satan is saying, hey, the only reason Job is doing all this is because you blessed everything he got. Because you blessed Job. All right, Job has it all, man. Of course he's going to praise you. You know, that's what Satan is telling the Lord. All right? And it says, verse 12, and the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushai said unto Satan, Behold, all that he hath is in thy power, only upon himself put not forth thine hand. So Satan went forth from the presence of the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. And there was a day when his sons and his daughters were eating and drinking wine in their eldest brother's house. And there came a messenger unto Job, and said, The oxen were plowing, and the asses feeding beside them. And the Sabines fell upon them, and took them and away. Yea, they have slain the servants with the edge of the sword, and I only am escaped alone to tell thee. While he was yet speaking, there also came another, and said, The fire of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai is fallen from heaven, and hath burneth up the sheep and the servants, and consumed them, and I am escaped alone to tell thee. While he was speaking yet, there also came another, and said, The Chaldeans made out 3 bands, and fell upon the camels, and have carried them away, yea, and slain the servants with the edge of the sword, and I am escaped alone to tell thee. While he was yet speaking, there also came another, and said, Thy sons and thy daughters were eating and drinking wine in their eldest brother's house, and behold, there came a great wind from the wilderness, and smote the 4 corners of the house, and it fell upon the young men, and they are dead. And I am only escaped alone to tell thee. So, Satan put it on him. Satan quite literally took everything that Job had. His family, all right, all his cattle, all his riches. Job now did not have a home. Job now did not have his family. He did not have any of his cattle. All his servants are dead. Everything that he ever owned was completely gone, man. Imagine that. It says, Then Job arose and rent his mantle and shaved his head and fell down upon the ground and worshipped, and said, Naked came out of my mother's room, and naked shall I return hither. The Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushai gave, and the Lord Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai hath taken away. Blessed be the name of Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai. So Job understood. The Lord doeth good and evil, man. The Lord is a balanced power. Okay? The Lord is a balanced power. And Job understood this. And he beat Slakia, this dude right here, man. He beat the bet, because Satan said that, hey, Job would surely curse you to their face, saying, you know what, man, God ain't doing it, But no, Job proved him wrong, man. So, the base of this lesson is really to move like our forefathers. All right, to move like our forefathers. Okay. So, that's pretty much it. Really, I just read 2 accounts of, our forefathers that so like in my mom and blank. Really, all I did was read 2 accounts that our forefathers that didn't forsake the Lord, man, even when things were taken away. So that's how we got to move, Akim. Okay? We got to be ready to forsake everything, including our own lives. Okay, so, that's pretty much it. With that, I would like to give all praises, honor, and all glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rakakurash. All right, double honor to the elders and apostles of the Great Millstone. Peace and salutations unto the elect. Shalom.